Guys, have a Nintendo Direct week. This is absolutely real and totally not made up. Yeah, so believe the word of the two ants that have told me this amazing Nintendo Direct week. So the Nintendo Direct starts off with a Super Smash Bros. Fighter. This is a pretty odd character according to the week. It's a character that nobody is expecting. Dean. They even show you in the week, because this character is owned by Activision, but is not Crash Bandicoot. They even show a pixel Crash Bandicoot. Here to they even show a pixel Crash Bandicoot, but it's just an arcade. Yep, it's just an arcade game, and a hand turns off the arcade afterwards, and the character who is unnamed sees Mario and some other character, Link, basically. He's being Mario, Link, and Mega Man, and Steve is there. The character calls Mech, and yep, it says Diva joins. No, it says Diva Mecha's up because of course, again. Well, Steve's was walk the block, so there we go. Steve was walk the block, so Diva Mecha's up. And this character basically takes up to the extra SWAT, because we have Diva in a mech and Diva without her mech. She has two basically different move sets as well. Her own and also on the set, it's kind of like Power and Mithra. You can basically start which one you want to start with if you touch the screen. Similar to Pokemon Slayer and Pyra and Mithra. There will probably be a presents thing if, like, they were doing the treehouse or something, like that. Now let's get into the actual games. So the first thing sold off is the Nintendo Switch Deluxe, which is a much more powerful version of the Switch. But it's just like the new 3DS. It's just Nintendo boasting like, oh my god, our games look so amazing on our consoles. And then the next thing they show off is Breath of the Wild 2, and how well Breath of the Wild 2 runs on the Nintendo Switch Deluxe. How well Breath of the Wild 2, the gas pad. Then they show like a 2 minute, like a thing for Zelda Skyward Sword HD, and then they start talking about Zelda's anniversary after, of course, Breath of the Wild. Then they start going to Zelda Skyward Sword HD. They go into the Oracle remakes, which are coming out later this year, alongside the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask remakes. The next game announced is a surprise third-party title, and that is GTA 5 for Nintendo Switch. It is upgraded on Nintendo Switch Deluxe, but it can still be played on a standard Nintendo Switch. As Nintendo Switch is, but it does perform worse. Various third-party games are coming to Nintendo Switch, including the newest Assassin's Creed Origins. Well, it will be a crowd release on the Nintendo Switch. Same thing of Call of Duty World War II and Far Cry 6. All three games are basically, on the console. But the true editions of the games are playable on the Nintendo Switch Deluxe, which the retail versions are available, but you can still have the cloud versions, which are available for the same price, for the same money. Same thing with all the cloud games that are getting released finally physically for the Nintendo Switch Deluxe. And now they can get into more Nintendo games. So the next game confirmed, revealed, is Metroid 5. It's Metroid working title, 2D Metroid working title, or something like that. They say there'll be more news in July dedicated to that, and they say there'll be something special revealed in that July thing. It's related to Metroid Prime 4, of course. In that July thing, they'll get show Metroid Prime 4, and of course reveal the title and release date for the unknown Metroid game. But it is releasing Q4 2024. And of course, we have some stuff for Pokemon Diamond Pearl remakes and Legends Arceus. And we have some stuff shown for Animal Crossing as well. And Splatoon 3. And the Splatoon spin-off is confirmed to tie people over for Splatoon 3. This Splatoon spin-off is more of a tactical RPG on anything. It is meant to expand the Splatoon universe. Several other third-party ports that are basically announced at E3 are revealed, but one of the bigger ones is Mario Plus Rabbids 2. That gets a whole segment to itself. Rayman actually appears in Mario Plus Rabbids 2 as a playable character. Ubisoft must have forgotten that Rayman is a real character, and they finally gave Rayman to be in Mario Plus Rabbids 2. So Mario Plus Rabbids 2, Rayman is a playable character. He actually is a central part of the story, and is better than him non-existing in the game. The next game announced is Donkey Kong Return, the Donkey Kong Country, the Kremlin's Return. This, of course, is obvious. King K. Rool and the Kremlin's, of course, return in the Donkey Kong Country series. The Donkey Kong Country series, of course, returns. Then we have another announcement. Elden Ring is revealed for Nintendo Switch Deluxe, and it's the first true exclusive for that console. So kind of similar how the new 3DS Pro had Minecraft as an exclusive. Same thing with they said Cyberpunk 2077 was also planned, but due to bad PR, the game was cancelled. So they also talk about another game, which again is Crash Bandicoot. They talk about a whole segment on a new Crash Bandicoot game developed exclusively for Switch. And then the next game afterwards is Resident Evil Outrage, or Resident Evil Revelations 3. Then the next game, then they saw a bunch of third-party games. Basically, some highlights include Marvel's Avengers for the Switch Deluxe, but no one's gonna buy that anyways because Marvel Avengers is a bad game. And several many third-party games that missed out on the Switch, finally out of sold off. Same thing with like FIFA and Just Dance, like indie games that nobody is gonna buy. Another big standout is stuff for Among Us, which is just Mario skins and stuff. And of course, they sold the new Sonic game as one of the other standouts. At the Sega one, they sold the name, but they sold another teaser trailer for the new Sonic game as well. Nintendo revealed a new WarioWare game coming holiday 2021. It'll be coming to the so Nintendo's holiday lineup will be basically Zelda Oracle's Collection, the remakes, Ocarina of Time plus Majora's Mask for Nintendo Switch, Donkey Kong, and WarioWare. And of course, Pokemon Diamond Pearl remakes. So Nintendo has a much more stacked holiday day. And of course, Metroid 5 or the 2D Metroid title, or Metroid Dread, that's the other game that is coming out. So you have games for all audiences, basically, and you have the slew of third-party titles, and of course you have the Nintendo Switch Deluxe, which is not a new console, it's just the revision of Nintendo Switch with third-party games running on it exclusively. It's basically, the Nintendo Switch Deluxe is just for third-party developers, mostly. Almost every single Nintendo game on the Nintendo Switch can run on the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch Deluxe. So Nintendo fans cannot be left behind, so not forced to immediately buy a new console. But those people who want to buy those third-party games, they're going to want to buy that new console. And then we have a couple more things announced. Sakurai said that there's no other characters at E3, and they have to wait into the Tokyo Game Show. Yep, that was confirmed by Sakurai though. They also confirmed that Bayonetta 3 is still in development, and they have some things about Shin Megami Tensei 5 and a bunch of anime games that nobody's gonna buy, which are sprinkled throughout the direct because nobody's gonna really care about that. The biggest ones are Persona 5 being the original Persona 5 being ported to the Switch alongside Persona 5 Scrambles and Strikers, which those games are already on the console. And then we have one last announcement. Mario Kart 9 is announced for 2022, making it the ninth entry. It's also on both Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch Deluxe or Nintendo Switch Pro. It is the final announcement that they announced. Then they sold more, and of course they sold Breath of the Wild 2 later. But then they have one last announcement. Yep, Mario Kart 9 is not the last announcement. I said those two announcements. Yep, Nintendo finally localizes all three of the Earthbound games, retail even a retail version is releasing for for around $40, and around 2020, around February 2022. Okay, yeah, I can obviously tell this week is real, but if this actually is slightly accurate to the actual Nintendo Direct, I would actually be shocked as well. Okay, yeah, but yeah, I made this all up. You can obviously tell throughout the whole video I made this all up. This is all fake, you know. There, but I just wanted to have some fun. I decided I thought of this, and I wanted to have some fun. Like, what could Nintendo show? And I want to put some stuff that I wanted to see as well. Like, for example, Nintendo. I actually do want to see the Nintendo Switch Pro be real, so Nintendo could actually have third party support. And I just want to see Diva in Smash Bros. Because it'll just be so amazing. Okay. And yeah, there. There. And yeah, Nintendo says, wait, and yeah, I actually, check the Las Vegas Sakurai, in the Sakurai Presents for the last character, then the Sakurai says, Tokyo Game Show's next fighter. Because he actually already said that. So that's basically it. Goodbye.